Hello. Welcome back to Crazy Games. We are continuing today the Moonlight Merriment story quest. Let me just take a look here. 3 to get ready, and here we go. I think the first quest was like 1 for the something and 2 for the something else. I don't remember exactly what it's called. And I guess this story just continues. Go to Wanmin Restaurant. With the finals looming, you and Paimon go to Wanmin Restaurant to look for Xiangling. But Xiangling is right here. And she's eating an apple. How adorable. Anyway, I should go back to... We're in Inazumi right now, but the event is actually in Liyue. So yeah, we kind of got into an adventure with Xiangling, who wanted to enter like some crazy competition during this festival for like a cooking competition, and she was looking for like some inspiration, some ideas, so she went around kind of asking all our friends what they like, what kind of foods they like, and through this whole thing we kind of got intertwined with Keqing's like quest to what did she want to do? I don't remember exactly. It's been a few days since I completed the last story. Keqing wanted to find out who the stove god is, or something like that. She's not sure if it's actually Rex Lapis who's the stove god. So yeah, let's see what we have here. I've been kind of looking at the Genshin Impact's community on the subreddit, I guess mostly, and like people's reaction to this story, and people seem to really like it. Like this story brings back a lot of older characters, or I guess more beloved characters, and not just like random NPCs that no one cares about. And the fact that Guba is like constantly photobombing in every scene was like a real treat to a lot of people, and I really like that too. And yeah, unfortunately I've kind of spoiled myself because of the subreddit, and I kind of know... Actually, I won't say anything. We'll just continue. It's just that there's a big story element that was spoiled for me, and now will probably affect how I would react to certain things. Hopefully it doesn't come through too much. So yeah, let's do it.
聞いた？私、料理王決定戦の予選を通過したんだ。本当か？やったな。
I knew you could do it.
普通に料理を作ってたら通っちゃった。おっと、調子に乗っちゃいけないよね。今日はあなたたちに頼みたいことがあるんだ。新しい試作料理を作ってみたから味見してもらいたいの。それで何か助言があれば欲しいんだけど。旅人、一口どう?
What a shame. We just ate. Did we just eat? I don't remember we ate during this story. I don't think we did. At least not before taking her back here, right? Ah, whatever.
そうなんだ。しかも、オイラたちシャンリンの料理をしょっちゅう食べてるから、あまり客観的なことは言えないかも。オイラたち以外の人に何人か試食してもらった方がいいと思うぞ。なるほど。そうだね。うん。それなら最初は北斗姉さんがいいかも。確かに北斗なら頼もしいしちょうどいいかもな。よし、早速北斗を探してみようぜ。
One thing that was brought to my attention through the Genshin Impact subreddit was that in the previous story quest for this event, Xiangling says, "Lo, I'm gonna visit my master," and I think I made the same mistake too. I thought Madame Ping was like Xiangling's like cooking teacher or cooking master, but no, her father is really the first like teacher she has for her being a cook. And then she kind of like, I guess through her own like ingenuity, her own curiosity and her own learning, she's kind of like gone to her own league as a cook. But Madame Ping is actually her martial arts master, and like she learned how to fight. She learned her fighting style, I guess, by training with Madame Ping, and I feel like that was not immediately obvious when I encountered that part of the story, but I guess a lot of people make the same mistake. So yeah, I just wanted to clear that up, I guess.
この時間なら不当にいるはずだよ。料理を包んで不当に行ってみよう。
Go to the wharf to look for Beto. Okay, I personally still think a lot of these story quests is still a little bit too dialogue heavy. Like, did we really have to tell her that we already ate when she asked us if we wanted any food? Could we not just have like her say like, "Oh, I got all this food. Let's go find some people to try out and hear their opinion," and just straight go to this part?
見つけたぞ。北斗は深淵と一緒にいるみたいだ。北斗姉さん、深淵、お話中？
Oh, Xing Yan is finally in the story. I guess this is not really like a main story too, so people who have not played this event or missed this event, and they're like, maybe their favorite character is Xing Yan or something, they'll still kind of miss out at the moment. Like, there is still no like Xing Yan story. I guess there's really isn't any Chang Yun. Actually, no, there's a hangout event for Chang Yun. I actually can't really remember any other character. I guess Sayu doesn't have really a story, but she was in the Archon quest. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Xing Yan was like a part of anything except for being in the background of like certain cutscenes and stuff. But yeah, anyways.
Xiangling か。ちょうどいいところに来た。あんたの話をしてたところなんだ。
北斗さんがあたいたちを船に招待したいとさ。船の兄弟たちが会いたいって言ってるらしいぜ。
Blazing Xing Yan. Blazing Rift. Xing Yan, a rock musician based in Liyue, uses her music as a form of resistance against societal stereotype. You think like in this, like I know Liyue is supposed to be based off of like an olden day China kind of thing, and olden day China are like they're like, what are those called, like harmonics kind of musics and stuff, and that Xing Yang being a rock and roll style didn't really fit like the culture, and that's why she's kind of like an outcast in that way. But I feel like since in this game the whole deal with Liyue is that their god is like a geo or a rock god, right? So I feel like it would have been funnier if like the people here actually like really loved her music. Just because it like it's also, I don't know, maybe that's just me being silly. It doesn't really amount to anything, but I guess she does struggle because not a lot of people seem to like her music, or it does not feel like her music is representative of their culture or something. She's a trendsetter is what I'm trying to say. She tunes are well loved, and the style of her tunes is much like she is. Wait, what? She tunes are well loved, and the style of her tunes is much like she is? Is it her tunes are well loved and the style of her tunes is much like she is? I don't know. Straightforward, generous, confident, and proud. I guess her tunes are well loved. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe her music is like widely accepted here. It's just that it doesn't really come through when you're walking around, or from what people seem to be talking about. Like I don't get that impression when I like just hang it out the open world kind of thing. Every time she steps into her personally designed stage, loyal fans will come flocking and start to rock to her rhythm. If you hear cheers and fireworks go up at any place in Liyue Harbor at the same time, it's most likely Xing Yan, so don't miss out. Cool. Wait, who's you three?
北斗姉さんと深淵は私の常連客だからね。
Okay.
北斗姉さんの船で食事の世話をしたりするんだよ。それに最近深淵も船でライブしたいって言ってたよね。最高の音楽はみんなとシェアしなくちゃな。 いつか時間があったらあんたらも聞きに来てくれよ。そうだ、私今年の料理王決定戦の決勝に進んだんだ。試合で出す料理を作ったんだけど、みんなに一食してもらいたいの。
おお、いいぞ。ちょうど酒のつまみになる。
腹が減ってたところなんだ。早く食べさせてくれよ。
Spado and Xiangling try Xiangling's dish.
この風論ジービン最高だぜ。
こんなうまい料理をつまみにできるなんて幸せだな。
なんだかみんなすっごくテンション高くないか？
Those are the kinds of friends you want in life. Unlike you, Paimon.
お食べください。水晶エビ。この3つの料理は全体的に薄味な感じがするな。
これ3つとも薄味って言えるか？
あたしらいつも海の上を行き来する人間は常に選択肢というのが少ない。特に遠くへ航海する場合、食料を節約しなきゃならないんだ。だから陸に戻った時ぐらいはちょっと脂っこい熱々の料理が食いたいんだよ。
北斗と行幸の好みって全然違うよな。そうだな。北斗さんの好みはあたいやシャンリンに似てるんだ。
行幸、あの女とは反りが合わない。好みが違いすぎて一緒に食事ができないんだからな。
でもこの前話してた時は仲良さそうに見えたぞ。
力が拮抗してるのも一種のバランスなんだよ。そういえばあいつが食べてた白菜のお湯煮を見た時は呆れて物も言えなかったぜ。
すげえわかるぜ。白菜のお湯煮は確かに上品で見た目が綺麗かもしんねえけど、味に面白みがない。やっぱ口に入れたら炸裂するような味の料理が一番だ。
I feel like the Japanese voice actresses for these three characters, Xingyang, Xiangling, and Beidou, they're pretty unique. They sound like you can really pick them out of a crowd kind of thing. But there's like a lot of other voice actresses, I guess, or voice actors, voice talent that like you can't really tell who's who. Like it just sounds too similar to someone else kind of thing. Like this is more of a case in like the anime that I watch, I guess, that you're like, oh, that voice sounds familiar. It sounds like this other character or something. And then you go look them up and it's like not that same voice actress or same voice actor, except they like you think it's almost as if like there's like a certain trope for voices that people are trying to get into. And luckily here we have three like pretty distinct voices for these three characters.
私の試作料理、シーエンも薄味だと思う？薄味というか、なんだかリズムが足りないって言えばいいのかな。
Lay it on us.
同感だ。味は申し分ないが、大会に出すと考えるとちょっと気迫が足りないな。
Some mayonnaise on it.
リズム？気迫？料理にそんなもの必要なのか？リズム、気迫。シャンリンならリズムを理解できると思うぜ。ただ、あたいはミュージシャンだし、料理に関しては素人だ。あたいの助言なんかそんな気にしないでくれよ。そんなことないよ。シーエンとオクト姉さんの言う通りだ。リズム、そして気迫。なんだかつかめた気がする。私も料理しながら同じことを考えてたんだ。新しい組み合わせなのになんだかビビッとくるものがないというか、ズバッとくる一撃が足りないように感じてたんだよね。なんだか掴んだみたいだな。でも料理と音楽に共通点があるのか？
Every bit as capable as we are.
余計なに言っ ってるのかわかんないぞ。オイラをからかってるのか。よーし、改良の余地が見えてきた。おお、うまくいきそうだな。思い切って挑戦しろよ。あんたは優秀なんだから絶対に優勝すると思うぜ。シャンリン以上の料理人はリーユエ校にまずいないからな。そうだよな、北斗さん。
なんだかんだ言ってシャンリンは私が一番見込んだ料理人だ。私が認めるようなやつはこの世にそういないんだぞ。
私頑張るよ。ありがとう。
それじゃ応援してるぜ。私はシーエンと一緒に一旦船に戻る。
Yes, like I said before, I still feel like these
あの二人は好みが偏ってたけど大丈夫なのか。薄味が好きな人も探してみたらどうだ。
these like scenes are still a little bit too long for my taste. Like they're too dialogue heavy, but at the same time, I'm thinking like maybe they kind of do that on purpose because there's so many characters in one of these scenes. Like if one person talks way more than the other people, the people who likes that character, so they will be like, how come this character only had 2 lines whereas this other character had like 5 or 6 lines? Why can't they spread it out? So then they kind of have to like give everyone like 5 or 6 lines just to like balance it out. I don't know. I don't even know if that's a valid criticism, but that's just something that like popped in my mind as I was just like kind of like waiting for them pretty much to finish their voice lines, which is, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit tragic. Maybe not tragic. Tragic is too strong of a word. Kind of like not that good that I'm not like, I already kind of got the gist of this conversation. She came here, she talks to these two, they love her cooking, but they think like for a competition it needs to be a lot better. She needs something special, and then Xiangling thinks about it and goes like, okay, that I got your I'm picking up what you're putting down. So then like that's kind of it. But then like there was all these other things thrown into it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a really good. Maybe I'm not just interesting, and that's why I find this not interesting. Maybe other people might think this is like the way to go to add like character or to add like layers or something.
確かにね。北斗姉さんは油多めの熱々料理が好きで、シーエンは辛いものが好き。念のため他の人の意見も参考にした方がいいかもね。薄味が好きな人、旅人、誰か心当たりあるか？
A certain person comes to mind. Yep, I've thought of someone with mild tastes. Are we gonna go talk to Ningguan? I don't know, let's just say that.
誰のことだ？
Oh, I didn't read that, oops.
確かに薄味だな。
We're gonna talk to Xiangling.
もう一回ボウジュラ館に行くか？
Alright.
誰のこと？
We got Gooba in the back there.
この前会えそうで会えなかった人のことだぞ。
We don't need to go to the Wangshuin. We can do it right here. We can do it right here.
あ、思い出した。
Oh,
名前を呼んだら駆けつけてくれるんだったな。
oh, I keep getting Wang Shu in and the Wang Shen funeral pyre mixed up, so that's why I thought it was Zheng Li. But I'm pretty, I think it's Xiao now, because he says like, "I'll come whenever you call my name." Like he gave us like his Adeptus promise. And yeah, he does have pretty mild taste. He likes like almond tofu. Tofu in like Chinese culture, I guess, is like notoriously known to be like for people with mild taste. Tofu and congee and stuff like that.
でも名前を呼んだだけで本当に聞こえるのか？もう少し静かで町から離れた場所で試した方がいいかもな。
Okay. Xiao. Let's go find Xiao. So yeah, like, furthering my thought on like the voice actresses of those 3 characters, Xiangling, Beidou, and Xing Yan. I was talking about how like she or those three characters, like their voices sound very unique, but like what characters that have like really generic voices in this game, I would probably say like Lisa's voice is often like I don't want to knock on her voice actress or anything, but like her voice, that the way that that character is portrayed is like often stereotypicalized, and it's like kind of a trope to have like that kind of a character who talks that way. And a lot of like, it seems like that's like a kind of character that a lot of different voice actresses can emanate, can like kind of copy that kind of style of voices. And yeah, I just want to add that thought in there. That this game isn't even like this game isn't, don't avoid the trap of those like tropey voices either.
順番に呼ぼう。
I like how like Paimon just, or not Paimon, Goba here just kind of follows us around as we're trying to cook the best meal. He just like hangs out. He doesn't say anything though. I guess in the lore, Goba has just been hanging out with Xiangling for the longest time. And Xiangling is like, I don't know, does Xiangling like, is he following her just because she makes really good food or something like that, and it like fits his taste? And I guess he also like fights with her too, so like in the last story section in those videos I made, I kind of read the profile story for Xiangling that describes how she met him, and it was just like she wanted to go somewhere but it was raining, so she seeks shelter, and she was tired, so she went to sleep. And before she went to sleep, she took 2 snacks out and she ate one, and then when she woke up, Guba just appeared and ate the other snack, and then they kind of became friends that way. And ever since then, I guess Guba has just been following her around. Let's take turns shouting his name.
私もやるの？
Maybe.
オイラが最初な。ははん。しょー。何も反応がないみたい。もう一度だ。しょー。
Oh, poor Paimon. He made the promise to Lumine, silly. He made the promise to the traveler, I mean.
つまり呼んだら駆けつけるってすごい人があなたたちに約束してくれたの？
Oh yeah.
で、オイラたちとじゃなくてこいつとだけ約束したのかも。
He promised it to me.
なるほどね。じゃあ旅人が試してみようよ。パイモンたら勘違いしちゃって。残念。
Well, okay then. ... Do we actually get to see? We don't actually get to hear her say anything. This is done through a dialogue option, which is super lame. Stop this, Mihoyo. Stop this. This is not as fun. This is hurting the gameplay more than anything. Xiao, you there? Whoa, that was fast. Can he teleport? Does he have waypoints too? You called? Has Xiangling ever met Xiao? I don't think so. I think this is like their first meeting.
本当に来た。
我の名を呼んだだろう。どうした？
I didn't think that would actually work.
約束したことを我は必ず守る。
あっという間に駆けつけるなんてさすが仙人。仙人なの？ショーって呼んでいいのかな？こんにちは。私が旅人にあなたを呼ぶようお願いしたの。私はシャンリー、料理人です。
How excited Guba is to see Xiao.
こ 今年の料理王決定戦の決勝に進出したから、それに向けて料理をいろんなお客さんに試食してもらってて。
Whoa.
我がか？
はい、あなたは薄味が好きだって旅人から聞きました。薄味が好きな人に新しい料理を食べてもらって意見を聞きたいんです。
Please help Xiangling out. We value your opinion, Xiao. Please help Xiangling out.
お前の願いであるならよかろう。
Yay! Xiao try Xiangling's dish.
はん。
どうだ、食べられるか？無理するなよ。
なかなかに美味だ。
Tastes pretty good. Someone give him the high five. We're just leaving Goba hanging.
本当？やったー！仙人に褒められた。お父さんが知ったら感極まって泣いちゃうかも。
お前のその手際良さはある料理人を彷彿させる。
Oh, does he know who the stove god is? Or does he know? Wait, does he know who Rexlap? He does know who Rexlap is, right? I don't remember. I think he does.
お前はそいつと同じで心を満たすいい料理を作る。二人とも悪くない腕だ。
おい、ショウが言ってる料理人って現象のことじゃないか？
It has to be Yang Xiao. Smiley Yang Xiao.
強いて言うならば、この二つの副菜は我にとって味が少々濃かった。少し手を加えればより良くなるだろう。
A car just like gunned their engine across like where like outside on the road outside of my window, and I hope my mic didn't pick it up.
我の所感だ。深く気にすることはない。参考にするか否かはお前が決めろ。
Okay.
副菜の味薄めっとメモしたよ。仙人さん、ありがとうございました。会えて嬉しかったです。
ならば我は去るとしよう。
Thank you. It's nice to see you again. Hopefully there's a rerun banner for you soon, and I'll be able to try my luck at pulling you.
またいずれ。
本当に来るとはな。今もう一回呼んだら来てくれるかな。
Paimon, we're not doing that. There's like this ongoing like joke in the Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, where if he snaps his finger, like he calls George Clooney randomly. And yeah, this is what like this reminded me of, where like we can just keep calling Xiao's name to see if it appears, until like eventually like we become the boy who calls Wolf and he doesn't appear anymore when we actually need him. Paimon, we're not doing that.
冗談だって。
Oh, look how sad Goba is. Oh yeah, there's like I noticed it in the combat in the last like video when I decided to do the fighting challenges with Xiangling, because so far these story quests doesn't really have a lot of fighting in it, and her like elemental skill where she throws out Goba, that voice line seems to have changed, and I don't know why they did that. It seems like MiHoYo changes things randomly where nobody really like notices or really cares, and then they change it for like it just makes the game a little bit like that initial like thing where you notice something's changed, that awkward feeling. It just makes the game like has those, and I don't really know how I feel about it. Another example of it would be like when Raiden Shogun was released, they changed Rosaria's like weapon animation. Like if you go to her weapon in the menu to select a weapon for her, normally she like kicks her spear up and it makes like this satisfying like clunk sound, like clink, and then she poses with a spear. But ever since Raiden Shogun came out, they gave Rosaria the exact same like weapon animation as Raiden Shogun, which like nobody really knows why they changed that. And yeah, that seems to be like an occurring thing. For the voice line change, I've heard that some people think the original voices might not be like as high quality as like the re-recorded ones, and maybe that's why they switched it up, which makes sense to me. Like, I don't play this game with headphones normally, so I don't really notice the quality of the voice. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I guess I don't really have an ear for that kind of stuff either, so but some people might be like, their hearing might be sensitive enough to like pick that kind of stuff up. But yeah, let's continue.
旅人パイモン、いろんな人に試食してもらってどうしたらいいか分かったよ。おお、よかった。苦労した甲斐があったな。この考えを形にするため、帰っていろいろ試してみるよ。本当にありがとう。そうだ、決勝戦は玉境内でやる予定だから必ず見に来てね。
Oh, we're getting into the competition right away.
応援してるぜ。
You'll do great.
勝ってみせるよ。
Oh yeah, let's do it. Wait for the competition to start the next day. Okay, maybe let's not do it right away. Actually, maybe this is a really good spot to end it. Yeah, it's been half an hour. We've made a bit of progress into this. We talked to a bit more people. We finally got to see Xiangling or Xingyan in actual story context. We got to meet with Beidou and Xiao again. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope we see you in the next one. Well, continue the story. Hopefully Xiangling does good in the competition. Watch the next one to find out what happens. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe for more, I guess. Hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Yeah.